Hi everyone, and welcome to the Career Chat Show with me, Yanmo. Have you ever thought about your career life? And what do I mean by that? Have you thought about being intentional about the life that you want from a career's point of view or through the lens of your career? Oftentimes we go through life and we're thinking, these are the things I desire in our life, right? But we don't really think about it from a career point of view. We are taught that we go to school, you graduate, you get a job, and that's probably the extent of what your career life will become. That is not good enough, because as a human being, right, it's your responsibility to create your career life. So in today's chat show, that's what we're going to be talking about. So what do I mean about creating your career life? Very simple. In the good book, Genesis 1:1, it says, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." And I'm going to break it down and explain it and expatiate. In the beginning, meaning time. God, meaning the creator. He created, meaning he built something out of nothing. Heaven, unseen realm, and earth, the seen realm. You're going to be thinking, Yama, what are you on about? Give me a moment and I'll explain it to you. So if in the beginning, which is time, God, who's the creator, created, he built, right? Created the heavens, the unseen world, and the earth, the seen world. That means that if we are made in his image and according to his likeness, and this has nothing to do with your face. This has to do with how you were created, right? If God, who created the heavens and the earth in the beginning, created you and I to be in his image, that means that every single element or aspect of your life, you can create it. You just have to decide the time. You have to know that you are a creator because you have been made in his image and in his likeness. And you have to create something out of nothing, which is using your imagination. So in terms of your career life, what are you creating for yourself? If I was to ask you today, do you have the career that you desire? Do you have the career that you aspire to have? If the answer is no, then you can actually start today and create something. The first creation starts in your imagination, because creation happens twice. First in the unseen, which is your imagination, and then seen, meaning you actually execute it out. Okay, so what kind of career life do you have at the moment? If you don't have the career life that you desire, if you don't have the career life that is giving you any level or any form of fulfillment, then take what God, who is the creator of the universe, take what he did in the beginning. He created the heavens and the earth. So therefore, you and I, in our beginning, whatever that beginning is, right, can create the career life that we want. You have to imagine it. You have to decide that this is the life that you aspire to have. Is it to get to C-suite? Is it to be on a board, to be on a board? Is it actually to be the CEO of an organization, the CFO, whatever the title is? And even if the job doesn't even exist, you can create it. You have the power, you have the ability, and you have the capability to create it. But many people live their career life to chance. And it's very unfortunate because you spend a third of your waking hours at work. You spend a third of your waking hours working for Caesar. You spend a third of your waking hours working in Egypt. But yet, you're not creating the career life that will ensure that you're getting to the top of your career game. And as I've always said before, it differs for different people. But if you're going to be the CEO of your career, you have to be in charge of creating your career life. You have to be, and you have the power, you have the ability. So what career life are you creating? What career life do you want for yourself? And I'm speaking to people, particularly if you're frustrated, if you're unfulfilled, if you're stuck, if you cannot navigate your way through this maze anymore. Stop and create. Stop and create. And how are you going to create it? You're going to create it first in your imagination, because your imagination can take you to so many different places that your physical body at the moment can't take you to. That's the truth. I live in London, UK, and many years ago, I desired so much to work in the financial industry, and I really wanted to work in an area called the Canary Wharf. I really desired it. I so desired it. And all of the job applications I was going for were for the companies that were based in Canary Wharf, because it was such a desire. I had created it, right? In my imagination, I had created it. So what was I doing? I was now taking in steps to ensure that it came to fruition. Was it easy? No. Did it happen? Yes. Why? Because I created it. I stopped in time and I said, what career life do you want for yourself? You have to assess where you are and reassess where you are. Are you going in the same direction of travel that you want to be on? And is it taking you to the place that you see in your imagination, or to the place that you see in your mind's eye? Your career life is so important, because for many people, they want to probably step into entrepreneurship, but the money or the income that you make, and the skills actually that you make from, from being a careerpreneur, you actually transfer that into entrepreneurship. That's the truth. So I made up my mind that I was going to do whatever it took, because I had created something for myself. So my question to you today is, what are you creating for yourself in terms of your career life? If God, the Almighty God, the creator of the universe, if He created, you have the ability, you have the power, you have the right to create your career life. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It's true. You can speak to people, they can give you counsel, they can give you advice, they can give you information, but ultimately, you know in your heart, this is where you're trying to get to. And it's very important, because if you don't know where you're trying to get to, then nobody can actually give you the right direction. When you set out of your home in the morning, you have an idea of where you're going to, right? You have an address, you have a postal code, so you have an idea. So even if you're lost, you can ask for direction and say, this is the address I'm going to, this is the postal code I'm going to. Do you know how to get there? But if you don't have any idea whatsoever, you're going to go in any direction. And if you go in any direction in your career, I'm almost certain it's only a matter of time before you become frustrated. It's only a matter of time before you become stuck. It's only a matter of time before you become unfulfilled. And you don't want that for yourself. So if you don't want that for yourself, I implore you to think about your career life. Think about it very seriously. Ask yourself, what do I want for myself? And then when you do that, you realize that you move on to the next thing. But until you do that, until you take the time out, right, to create as someone who's made in the image and in the likeness of God, and you build something out of nothing first in your imagination, and then you make it come to fruition. Unless you do that, you just might stay frustrated and you may not advance in your career. So I really wanted to share that with you, because in as much as I speak to a lot of coaches and I speak to a lot of mentees, and I speak to organizations as well, I realize that fundamentally many people don't have a vision for their career. They don't. And this is fundamentally how you start to build a compelling, strong vision for your career. You start by creating it. Create it in your imagination, and then do the work to bring it to fruition. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified every single time I upload a new show. Until next time, you keep smiling. God bless you. Bye.